Welcome back to the Howepodcast 101. I am your co-host, Jake Roberts, and I'm happily joined by
the other co-host, Lucas Mitchell, and we're also joined by our engineer,
Noah Riley.
And so we're all back here for the next time. I don't think we do one.
We did do one last week, but Noah wasn't here.
I skipped it.
He had stayed up till 4:30.
It was dumb.
Yeah. I think you realized that, but you know, you got to learn from your mistakes. There's first time for everything, and Lucas over here, he for one loves
Nebraska.
He did go to Nebraska. We'll get into that. Maybe that's a little one more thing flavor. We'll throw that in. This video is sponsored by Hannah's Cafe and Market, Don's Smokehouse, and the FBC House Studios. We're working on other sponsors. They're on the way, so keep an eye out for that. Email howpodcast101@outlook.com. We did get 2 emails, so applause for that. Applause. We got 2 emails. There will be a special winner of the water bottle. We'll ship that out over the weekend and get that to the person who won that. So, respond with information about school activities. You know,
absolutely. You can go into our email. You've already said it. But I'll say it again. It's the howpodcast101@outlook.com. You can also contact us through how101.com, where you can also buy our merch. You can donate and give us your money. I think that's your additional kind of end. I think that's kind of the last time we'll say it.
So here's the thing with this is episode 50.
Absolute
50th episode that we've done. That's crazy.
That's 50 weeks.
That's a lot of hours that we put in. That is a crazy amount of hours.
6 hours every...
Well, no, not 6.
Yeah. Well,
no, you can average like 4.
We'll say 4.
I can average 4. So what?
200.
Hold on. What's 4 times 50 is? Wow. 200
hours.
200 hours put into y'all. So, yeah, that's an applause. Yeah, so thank you so much. We do really appreciate you listening, clicking on every week. I know we probably get repetitive. Our goal is to not be. So, again, comment down below. Tell us what we need to do differently.
Yes.
We are learning.
You will not be seeing us for another few weeks.
Most likely. I mean, it depends on what's happening, but I believe the goal is we're going to be working to improve the podcast over those couple weeks. So, this is the last episode of season 1. The next time you see us, it will be season 2. I mean...
I'm kind of like season 2. That's gonna.
I know, it's pretty cool, right? I mean, like
we've been doing this for a year.
Episode 1. We've been doing this for over a year, and we really appreciate the support. And we never thought we would get this. Like, we never thought we would have our own mics. We never thought Noah would have a camera. Say hi to the camera.
Hi.
Yeah. So, look, all this stuff that we've had. It's all thanks to you guys. It's all thanks to our sponsors, and we do really like our sponsors. I know people don't like. I mean, no one really likes to listen to ads. Like we get that, but like we gotta make money.
I hear more of like, oh, I love these ads. They're just so funny.
Well,
and it's not like the exact purpose of them.
It's not like the exact purpose, but I mean,
it gets the message across.
It does get the message across.
Memorable.
I mean, yeah, Don's Smokehouse. It's pretty memorable when you hear me screaming into the mic, Don's Smokehouse, the best jerky around, with really heavy rock music playing in the background. Yeah. We did get rid of that ad. It was too bad.
Let me sell out.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. And then we'll move on to our next.
Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment down below. What is your favorite part of this video?
What is your favorite part?
Are you gonna miss us?
Hey, no. Comment down below what your favorite.
Are you gonna miss us?
Comment down below what your favorite moment from the How Podcast has been over this first season. Give us your favorite moment, your favorite interview, maybe.
Favorite episode.
Favorite episode. Yeah, what's your favorite episode? We'd love to know all of these things. Noah. Actually, you know what? This is what we're going to do right now.
Make sure you hit the notifications button.
Bit of a
here.
Okay. Bit of a different intro segment. Okay. What is your favorite moment from the podcast?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, wow. Camera.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So.
That's hard, dude.
I know. Maybe like favorite interview.
I could.
Coach Simmons' interview was
That
really
was
good.
Wes.
a legendary moment. Yeah, Wes.
Which episode is that? Like 30?
30 something. I don't know. We've
I
had
don't
so
know.
many that start to blend together.
34.
Wes was 34, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. It was definitely the Coach Simmons interview.
Yeah, it was definitely a legendary moment to have him on. What do you think, Lucas?
I've got to say Wes's interview was my
Dude, that one was
That
the
was
most fun.
Yeah.
That we need to have him on again. We need to have Wes join the
awesome.
show again. Maybe have like an NBA preview kind of deal, even though the NBA's already
He
started.
knew a
NBA
lot
for-
more than I thought he did.
Yeah, I know.
I was like,
know.
oh my
He
goodness.
showed up, and it was like, wow. And you were asking these trivia questions, and he was like, and he was answering them, and you're like, what? How does he know this? I don't even know this. Oh man, I gotta say, my favorite moment would probably be when we had Dan Thomas on, because that was like our finest moment.
That was the fun.
Okay, it was.
It almost didn't happen.
It almost
It
didn't
almost-
happen. That's true. That's true. It was awful. But we did get it to go, and it went really well. That episode's doing really well still on the views. So yeah, comment down below what your favorite moment from the podcast was, whether it be when we had Monty Walker on the first time or the second time. The first time he did talk for 27 minutes straight. So if you enjoy Monty Walker, go listen to that episode. That's episode 19.
If you want to hear him talk for,
If you want to hear his life story for 17 minutes straight, we said, tell us a little bit about yourself. And 27 minutes later, we had found out that he had graduated from high school and had been recruited to play college football, but didn't. That's basically all we learned.
That's good, though.
No, it's good.
Hey,
It's
let
good.
us-
It's incredible.
Because we weren't prepared at all that
No,
segment either.
no.
He kind of bailed us out.
Yeah, I for sure, 100%. And Noah's voice. I mean, we have gotten a live look at Noah's voice getting lower. Like, that's
Yeah.
incredible. He's going to be able to go back. No, listen to me on this. Listen to me on this. He's going to be able to go back in 10 years.
So excited.
He's going to be able to go back in 10 years, and he's going to be like, look how high-pitched my voice was here, and then 4 weeks later, it was here. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. So, yeah, we've had a lot of great
kinda
moments.
funny.
We've had a lot of great moments. And to celebrate all those moments, top 10 of the week, we have got kind of two top fives. We've got the top 5 funniest moments of all time from the Howepodcast 101. Thomas, who is outside right now re-listening to some of our moments, trying to find the funniest. And then we've got the top 5 most memorable moments. Like, that could be funny, I guess. But I think it's going to be more best.
Yeah.
Like, our finest moment.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So, I think that's going to do it for this. Okay. You got
Sports
something?
Center is next.
Oh, I was going to say that. Coming up next, we've got a loaded Sports Center.
Cowboys
Absolutely
lose.
loaded. Cowboys did lose.
Yeah.
We'll cover that and a lot more. College football will be making it into our discussion for once. And the Dallas Mavericks dropped another one to the Washington Wizards. We'll talk about that and more coming up next. Don's Smokehouse is one of the best butcher shops in Texas, but it's not just a butcher shop. It's home of the best beef jerky around and the famous Great Wall of Jerky, where you will find 17 different kinds of jerky, including bear, buffalo, elk, venison, turkey, and of course, beef and more. We are open Tuesdays through Saturdays from 10 to 6. Don's Smokehouse is located in downtown Howe at 111 East Hanning Street. Come on down for a free sample and experience the Great Wall of Jerky. Don's Smokehouse, the best jerky around. Welcome back to the Howepodcast 101. I'm your co-host, Jake Roberts, joined alongside
Other co-host Lucas Mitchell, and we're also joined by engineer.
No, Riley.
Well, I guess
So cringe.
we decided to go with a little throwback NFL ESPN primetime music. We hear it in our ears. I know you hear it in your ears.
Yeah, go ahead and turn that.
This just kind of, it gives the vibes of football. You know what I mean?
Vibes of
Football.
Yeah, it just makes you think of, like, I don't know, some announcers welcoming you to a football game. You know what I mean? It's just that's kind of the vibe it
I
gives.
guess.
So, got a lot of sports to cover here in Sports Center today. Where do we want to start? Today?
Let's start with NFL.
You want to start with NFL games? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so, I know Lucas is really excited about this. The Cowboys did fall to the Raiders in overtime, 36-33. A lot of that was due in part to the fact
They were all
the Cowboys-
healthy.
The Cowboys did not have 4 of their starters, 2 on offense, 2 on defense. CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, were out as the receivers on the offensive side of the ball, while Randy Gregory and DeMarcus Lawrence were out on the defensive side of the ball. Ezekiel Elliott did hurt his knee during that game, so he's not going to play next week. So that is a slight concern for the Cowboys as well. But go ahead. Just take it.
Okay, so I was just in the living room. I was in Nebraska, and I'm watching this game, and we do this every Thanksgiving.
Which, hold on,
we
time
watch
out,
the
time
game.
out. So Nebraska, the poorest football. I feel so bad for people in Nebraska because they have no.
They have
football.
nothing.
so
They
bad.
don't have any sports.
They have Nebraska, the college, and Nebraska college hasn't been good since 1995.
But they don't have any sports.
I know.
Like pro sports.
Like
I
none.
don't think there's anything.
That's because it's Nebraska. What are
It
you
is
going to name it?
Nebraska.
Like,
In the
their
middle of the
college team
stinking
is-
country.
Their college team is called the Cornhuskers.
That's true.
Like, that's not. That's a. I don't even know. So
Kind of sad.
they don't even.
Hey, they were doing pretty good in the third quarter.
What?
Nebraska.
Nebraska? Yeah.
They almost won that game.
They almost
They
did.
were close.
They almost lost. Wait, they did lose.
They did lose.
Exactly. It's about wins and losses, not about almost wins
All
and
right.
almost losses.
Let me continue on my story of the Cowboys game. So I'm sitting in Nebraska in this living room for Thanksgiving, somebody's house, and there's tons of people there, by the way. And I'm switching back and forth from the dining room and the kitchen to the living room to check
Okay.
what the score is because I'm not really paying attention to the game.
Yeah.
But near the end of the game, it is 33-33, and it's about 20 seconds left.
Yeah.
And I text Jake, hey, how about you? He already owed me $5. And I said, I bet him $5 that the Cowboys will lose. And, of course, he said, yeah, the Cowboys will win.
So hey, look.
You
Before,
lost your
before we
faith,
get
but
further into
whatever.
this, I did lose the bet. And I more did this because I didn't want to say no, than because I wanted to say yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't very confident in them. Their offense had been iffy all day, and their defense had also not been doing great. But I felt really confident after that. After they had scored that last touchdown, they had sent it to overtime. Their defense had stopped the Raiders.
They were doing
They
good.
won the coin toss.
They won the coin toss, and then
The Raiders got the ball.
Well, and then they got pinned in the 5-yard line. 4th and 4 at the 20. This is what frustrated me. They gave the ball back to the
The
Raiders.
flags were
Okay.
insane.
We'll get back to that because those were
Yeah.
ridiculous. Those
Those
were
are pretty funny.
unbelievably ridiculous.
It's fine, though, because but that false start, or not false start, what is it called? Just offsides.
yeah, offsides.
That caused just I don't know. What I was explained to, it was just a mess up in
So look,
kicker, and he would have made it anyway.
Real quick,
yeah,
the Raiders had 7 chances to get that field goal in, so
and yeah,
it was over.
there was no chance of that. And also, oh my gosh, Anthony freaking Brown. 4 pass interferences called against him
I
alone.
think that's a record.
That is a record. It's a Dallas Cowboys record for most pass interferences called against a player in team history.
That's pretty bad.
Okay, how many of those do you think were actually pass interferences? Because I say
2.
3.
2.
I say 2, maybe 3. Because that last one on that last drive was
Stunk.
not a pass interference. His hands were like this, and he wasn't even touching the guy. And they called it a pass interference, and that is such a typical thing to happen to the Cowboys because the NFL does not like the Cowboys to win in those big games. We've seen lots of calls like that happen against them in the past. It's just a frustrating situation to be a Cowboys fan. They should have won that game. We can't blame it all on that. But, I mean, if you go down to the most important play in the game, it was that darn pass interference call that should not have been called. It also goes back to the Cowboys offense not being able to get much going until the 4th quarter. It also goes back to, so it was 13 to, like, I don't know what the Raiders were at, but the Cowboys had 13, okay? They had scored. They made it to 19 at that point, okay? And they kicked the extra point through, but there was a penalty on the extra point try by the Raiders. So that moved the ball up, and the Cowboys decided to go for 2 because they were at the 1-yard line instead of the 2-yard line, and they were like, oh, well, maybe we can more likely get it. But they took a point off the board, right, and made it back to 19.
Yeah.
If they had kicked
That was so confusing,
Okay,
honestly.
if they had kicked that, do you know what would have happened? They would have won the game.
They would have won the game.
They would have won the game.
Yeah.
And also, they missed an extra point early in the game. So, those 2 little mistakes, those 2 tiny mistakes, caused them to lose the game. And it's frustrating as a Cowboys fan. I was sitting there and I'm like, they're gonna lose this. And they almost came back, but I think personally the most frustrating part of that was the defense. The defense had been so strong all year. They've been one of the better defenses in the league, and I will give them this. They were missing 2 of their pass rushers. Where was Trayvon Diggs when you needed him? Where was that interception from Trayvon Diggs?
Yeah.
Where was...
He's got 8.
I know, but where was Anthony Brown? Look, Anthony Brown's been solid all year. He was awful. I mean, awful against the Raiders. Jordan Lewis, he was solid. I'll give Jordan Lewis some credit where credit's due. He did a solid job on the outside guarding those receivers. But I don't really... It's frustrating to see all of this. So, yeah. I think with the...
Is that all for NFL?
I have
covering
a few
that game
things,
or what?
like updates on scores and all that.
Okay, go ahead and give us some updates on scores.
Okay, real quick. Everyone's saying the Titans are like one of the top 5 teams in the league.
I saw
They
that.
lost to the Texans.
And
They've
then
lost to the Jets, and right now the Jets are beating the Texans.
Well, the Titans are also losing to the Patriots.
Yeah, and they're losing to the Patriots. They lost to the Patriots, 36-13.
Ooh, so you know what that means?
What?
That means the Patriots are now in the lead of that division.
That's awesome.
So that puts the Bills into a wild card spot, and the Patriots now are leading that division, which means, wow, they beat the Titans. The Patriots could be the number 1 seed in the AFC with a lot of luck going their way, which means they would get that bye. But the AFC is not very good this year. So
It's the Titans and
the Bills are
the
still
Bills and
again.
the Chiefs.
The Bills and the Patriots, those games when they play each other are going to be huge. They're going to everything that's going to need to happen for them is going to have to be during those games. So those are big games for them as well.
All right, and then Bucks and Colts are tied at 31 with 3 minutes left in the fourth. Bears beat the Lions.
The Bucks have not been playing well. They really haven't. They lost to Washington a couple weeks back, and forgot who they played last week, but they almost lost.
Falcons won a game.
The Falcons did win a game. They actually put up points.
They did.
It's been 2 weeks since they've done
Nice.
that. You are switching the camera, right, Noah?
Oh, no, I'm on the... Hold
It's
on.
okay. You're good. You're good.
Yeah. And then the Rams and Packers play today at 3. So
I think
All
it'll
right.
be a good game.
I'm curious about this. Can you talk about the Cardinals for a second?
Cards.
Okay.
I'm confused why they're 9-2.
They have a bye week this week, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
So the Cardinals, they are one of the best teams in the NFC by far, but Kyler Murray has been out with a concussion.
Was I not saying this entire season?
I was never disagreeing with they were one of the best teams in the NFC. I never disagreed with that, ever. I never contradicted that statement. I said that they weren't the best, and I still don't think they're the best, because I don't think they're all around solid enough to be the best. The Packers beat them. I think the Packers are the best in the NFC
I do
right now.
not think the Packers are the best.
I think the Packers are the best
No,
in the
the
NFC.
Packers stink.
I don't think... Here's what I think is going to happen. I think...
Can't stand the Packers.
And this
The
is hard.
Ravens
This is
and
hard to
They
predict.
lost to the Vikings.
This is hard to predict. Hey, that's a divisional game. Things happen in divisional games. You can't... Yeah, they do. It's just like... We got some college football that we'll get to in a second, but those were basically divisional games. Anything can happen in a divisional game. It kind of just goes either way because they play each other twice a year. You prepare for it. And crazy things happen. It's divisional football. Everyone knows that except Noah.
Me.
Well, you don't know any. You're learning. You're learning. You know what?
I'm
now
trying.
you know. Now you know. Now you know. Okay, so. All right. Did you just shake your head?
No.
Can't
I
believe
did
that.
not.
All right. All right. So I think is that gonna do it for the NFL portion?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Cardinals are good. They, I give them the Super Bowl chance. I'd give them 15% chance to make the Super Bowl right now. I would have said the Cowboys 2 weeks ago.
But
They're gonna have
suck.
well, they don't suck. That's
They don't suck.
irrelevant.
I mean,
the Cowboys are very
their
good,
stats kinda suck.
and they do have a chance to make the Super Bowl. They really do. They have a chance this year. I don't know if they will or not, but it's all gonna depend on injuries. They need Amari Cooper back. They really need Amari Cooper back. Okay. All right. Do you want me to go into college football?
Yeah. Oh, also Cincinnati's now ranked 3.
In the AFC?
No, the college.
Oh, Cincinnati got moved up to 3.
Mm-hmm.
What are they? Give me 1, 2, 3, and 4.
1 is
Georgia.
Georgia. 2 is Michigan, 3 is Cincinnati, and then 4 is Alabama.
Wow. Okay. So here's what we want to happen as a college football fan. You want Alabama
Out.
to get clapped by Georgia next
Yes.
week. And then here's what you want. You want Oklahoma State or Baylor, one of those teams that wins the Big 12 championship.
Oklahoma State.
I agree. I would be rooting for Oklahoma State. You want them after their incredible performance against Oklahoma, beating them 37-33. Incredible game. Their defense shut out Oklahoma in the second half. So you want them to win. And you want to see, I mean, who doesn't want to see Oklahoma State versus Georgia in the playoffs? And then the other game would be Cincinnati and Michigan. That'd be awesome.
That'd be good.
Those would be good playoff games, and I think that's where everyone is kind of leaning with this. Alabama needs to lose. We need a year without Alabama.
Also, Baylor is not as they only beat Texas Tech by 3 points.
Okay. Again, that's a rivalry
Texas
game.
Tech almost won.
See, that's a rivalry game. And
Thanks.
and what we're saying about rivalry games is anything can happen because the energy's high. Think about Texas OU or Auburn Alabama. No matter who's better, those games are always close.
Yeah.
Always. And it's kind of the same with Baylor, Texas Tech. But actually, Auburn, Alabama, crazy finish.
Yes.
10-3. Auburn has the lead. Alabama has the football. 94 yards to drive, a minute left. They score. They take it to overtime. And then Alabama somehow comes out on top. Auburn should have won that game. There's no chance they should not have won that game. So that's my little college football analysis for you guys. Dallas Mavericks did drop one to the Washington Wizards last night. Close game. Bradley Beal went off.
Is Luka back in?
He is back in.
Okay.
Close game. Mavs have been playing everyone close. They seem to always.
That's good.
They're always in every game. They're never blown out, but they never blow anyone out. It's kind of frustrating, but you know. All right. Is that going to do it for the segment?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, coming up next, it's time for the How Podcast 50th episode party. We're going to do it here. We got top 5 most memorable moments and then the top 5 funniest moments. And it is coming up next. It's going to be a fantastic party. We'll do it right after this. If you are craving some fried rice, egg rolls, boba tea, beef teriyaki, or my favorite, sesame chicken, then Hannah's Cafe and Market is for you. It's the newest restaurant in town, and for all you Bulldogs, there is a 10% student discount for a limited time. Hannah's Cafe and Market is located at 105 South Denny Street in Howe, just north of the First Baptist Church. You can find them on Facebook or call at 903-532-0529. Hannah's Cafe and Market. Go Dogs! Welcome back to the How Podcast 101. I'm your co-host, Jake Roberts, joined alongside
Other co-host Lucas Mitchell, and we're also joined by our engineer
Noah.
Okay.
Noah.
All right, doesn't have a last name. I guess no one can identify him. Hey, this is going to be a very exciting moment. Well, moments. Very funny, exciting, memorable. You know, all the...
Exciting.
Yeah, just everything.
All the adjectives.
All the adjectives. Every single adjective that's ever been written. That's what this is going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fantastic, flinderous... That's not a word, but
What in the world?
A
Flendorous.
unbelievable journey. It's going to be a journey back in time, and Noah's going to lead it. So, what do we want to start with? We want to start with funniest moments or most memorable moments?
Funny.
You want to start with funny?
Funny.
Wanna start funny? All right.
Okay.
These are 2 top 5 lists. At number 5.
We have potato salad.
Number 5 we have no. At number 5 we have Noah's voice.
Oh, it's
It's going backwards.
It's
Remember?
backwards order because I gave it to you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Darn Jake. Okay.
So
Funny order.
you can turn the music off for this, I guess.
Yeah. 3, 2, okay.
Just play it. They just blast it over and over again. Noah, do you like this song?
It's 50-50.
Yeah.
That's kind of. I hate the song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My voice didn't change at all.
I think
you guys has changed.
Was mine
a lot.
how much was mine?
You were like halfway.
was subtle.
Noah was like at his beginning.
Mine was a subtle change. Like it wasn't too noticeable. Noah sounded like a adult girl, a grown woman, not a grown man. Yeah.
Oof. Okay.
Got him. Okay.
An adult woman.
An adult woman.
Same thing. Okay. Next up, we have one of my personal favorites. I just saw the Whataburger.
Whataburger.
What a big.
So this is Thomas. Noah's gonna pull this up right now, but I just saw the Whataburger. Go ahead.
I just saw the Whataburger.
I just saw the.
I don't even know.
Whataburger.
I just
That was probably
I
the
just
worst
saw the-
voice
Play
crack.
that one more time for us.
Okay.
I just saw the Whataburger.
I just saw the.
How did that voice
I-
crack even happen?
He just keeps saying Whataburger.
I just saw the Whataburger. I'm honestly
Whataburger.
that's an impressive.
It's impressive.
Voice crack. It's an impressive voice crack. All right, coming up next on the list, Wes Robertson on How.
being funny.
On yeah, this is very comical, and I'm thinking maybe we'll listen to this, but then Lucas will cut this out and put the video in, so we can like see it. So we'll
This
do
one's kind of lengthy.
yeah, but it's worth it.
It
It's
is.
funny. It's fun.
Ready?
Sir.
I have a funny story about living in Howe. And when I worked here the first time, if
Same
that
music.
makes any sense, I was serving at First Baptist Church in Melissa,
Okay.
and we were living in Melissa, and I think Lizzie was a baby. And it was
baby?
like my day off, and we were gonna drive up to the lake, and we had not made that drive before.
Okay.
And we were driving through. I didn't even know how it was at the time.
I mean,
driving,
who does?
Yeah,
it
right?
looks like
yeah, you just fly on.
there's like
by
2
on
gas
the
stations
highway.
and a Sonic.
Yeah.
That's it.
We were going up to the
What the
lake,
hell?
and I guess at the time they were doing like some construction on the highway through, and they had to shut down to 1 lane. And I was going like 3 miles over the speed limit, and I got pulled over
What?
and got a ticket. And I was like, "What? This is crazy!" And he was like, "Well, it's a construction zone." It was like 55, and I think I was going like 58 or something. He wrote me up for it. And I remember telling Alicia, I'm like, "Man, this town, I would never live in this town." And then God, like God's got a great sense of humor and his providence. He's like, "Well, let me show you. You're gonna."
How later? I mean, how much later did you move to How after that?
It wasn't long. It was like maybe like less than a year, because we were needing to we were looking for a house, and we couldn't find anything like in our price range in Melissa, so we just kept like moving further and further north.
Yeah, that's it. I do like that story. That's
What are your thoughts on Melissa?
like in general. I mean, just like
I have zero thoughts on
I-
Melissa.
yeah, that's
They're
exactly right.
irrelevant.
Exactly.
yeah, exactly.
I feel like Melissa is just like it's talked about, but no one really cares.
It's
about
like,
it.
what are your? That's like, I don't know. That's like saying, what are your thoughts on Nebraska? It's like no one cares.
It's a
Corn.
state.
What are your thoughts on Nebraska? Corn.
Cornhuskers.
Corn. Okay.
Ohio.
Next up, the intro to episode 2. This
Oh
is
my
actually
word.
number 2 on the list.
What was going through y'all's heads?
Okay, before let's play this,
Okay.
and then we'll discuss what was going on.
Am I still paying for it?
For
Hope I'm not.
for voice
For the
mod.
voice changer.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So go ahead.
This episode of Howepodcast101 is sponsored by Chill Out, Shave Out, serving the community of Howe for over 10 years.
Okay,
That's
so
only partly true. 10 years.
I mean that's accurate.
It's like three different.
It's still accurate, but still, whatever. See, so the idea was good, like having a sponsor at the beginning of the video. That's okay. But then we did it, and it was the lowest,
voice like this.
it was the voice changer.
Was it,
Why?
We needed Noah. We needed Noah from back then, because if he had spoken in that voice, it would have been more
Normal.
more normal. It would have been more on par with what
It's
we're.
me, John Cena.
I'm glad you didn't speak it, because if you had spoken it, it would be like you wouldn't be able to hear anything. So that was a legendary moment.
Yeah.
Again, comment down below your favorite moments before we go to number 1. Comment down below what you think number 1 is. We would really love to hear that. After all these episodes, I still can't believe this is episode 50.
Salad.
I know. We're about to get there, and we're about to get to potato salad.
All I'm saying, if I were doing the podcast on episode 2, I would not have let y'all done that. I would not. I would have been like, no, y'all are not doing that.
It's a good thing that we
Look, we had to
it's
learn.
like, 11th episode.
12th, I think.
12th is when he joined. We had to learn without you, you know.
I mean,
It was awful. It was considerably
fun,
it
though.
was one of the worst things we've ever done.
Super fun.
The first few podcasts, they were super fun. I mean, I remember the beginning of those, and every Sunday I couldn't wait to do it because it was a new experience. It was something that it was a new adventure. And it
feels weird now. Like looking back on it and just being like, that was a year ago.
And like,
that
remember
started
like,
it.
when
It's
we
like,
didn't do that. And I think one more thing, I'm going to tell the story about how we started. I know I've told that in the past, but we'll go a little more into depth about that. So without further ado, number one on our funniest moments that we've ever had here. It's just back to the old days. Me and Lucas.
Give it up for potato salad.
Does anyone really actually like potato salad other than like?
I don't know. I see a lot of people, a lot of adults like potato salad.
I would say you have to be like 35 and above to like potato salad.
Really?
I don't know why. It just seems like something that soccer moms would want.
That sounds correct. I mean, football moms really. I mean, football dads. I don't know. Just about any adult over 35. Who knows? I don't know why we're even talking it like this, but I don't know. Potato salad for children. I just don't know.
Basically, that's what happened. Yeah. Okay.
Potato salad.
Potato salad.
Potato salad.
Soccer moms.
I mean, football dads.
Football dads.
Football
moms.
We basically just reenacted the exact same thing. It was like
I don't know why I talk it like that.
it was literally we just were like potato salad, soccer moms. I mean, basically football dads, and that's literally basically what happened.
For children.
And then for children, that's
I was
basically all I got in
teasing.
that. Yeah, we were sneezing. We were having mini strokes as we were doing that segment. So
We have mini stroke.
okay, so is that everyone's collective funniest moment that they've heard so far?
Yeah.
And does anyone have anything else?
Comment down below if you have anything else.
Yeah, please. We would really appreciate that. Okay. Anyone else? Anything? Okay, let's move on to the honorable mentions. Okay. So, the honorable mentions before we move on to the most memorable moments. These are the most memorable honorable mentions.
Yeah.
So, no particular order here. The first episode. Noah, pull up the first episode. Pull up the first episode for me, please.
Okay.
I feel like you can get that done.
I remember when we were setting it up. It's like,
Podcast.
how are we gonna do a podcast in three days? Cause I think wasn't it like a Friday?
Yeah, it was a Friday, and we did it on a Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
So it was like, how are we gonna do this? And we're like, no clue.
And we did it. It wasn't
What did we use? What mic?
my OG mic,
Your
like the
OG
first
Uno
mic. The most echoey, cringe. It made our voices sound like absolute crap.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Why
I don't know. You'll hear. You'll hear when Noah has this ready to play. You ready, Noah?
Here, clip that just now. Just clip now. You'll understand later.
He probably didn't record.
No, I didn't.
He never records on the PA.
That was fine.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay, you got it?
Yeah.
All right. This is the beginning. Welcome to the Howepodcast 101. I am Jake Roberts, and I am joined Leave by this for a bit. Lucas Mitchell. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing really good, and I'm very excited to start this, actually.
Same.
This is something I have wanted to do since I was in
Same.
7th grade. We tried to do it. It absolutely failed because we were squeakers back then.
Yeah. It was horrible.
Yeah, and that's
I wasn't even there.
with the thing they call middle school.
The thing we
It's
call
a rough
they
time
call
down there.
middle
And
school.
I think we should
Oh,
move on
man.
to
In reality, y'all just now got out of middle school.
Yeah. I did want to mention that we are recording from the FBC House
Studios. Yo, that's the first
Temporary
same
name.
No.
time it's said.
Temporary, and our pastor Wes told us that it was absolutely fine to film here, record here, and
A year later,
we're
it's
just
not
gonna take one of
temporary.
the rooms. It's a
No,
good
we're still in the
place to
FBC House
record,
Studios.
and
Pause it for a
But
second.
it's not too.
Okay. So mic
Did
quality.
it just snap and then it just came back? Or did you snap?
I don't know. Who
Did someone
knows?
snap?
No, I don't think. I think it was just a weird sound. that
No,
sounded-
someone snapped inside of it and it went off. It's cool.
Can't record that on the mic.
Yeah, but it was an echoey mic that you could hear.
Yeah, I
everything.
know. You could hear literally every.
We were probably like fidgeting and whatever.
We were probably nervous.
Yeah.
Do you remember being slightly nervous?
Yeah, I was a little bit. It was,
I feel like I was slightly nervous. I feel like the
Well,
most
like,
nervous out of all of us was
what are we gonna
Rhodey. Because Rhodey was our first ever interview,
yeah.
and
Oh, I can't wait for that one. Is that on there? I think we.
It
had
is.
That. Yeah, it is on there.
well, it's not on any of the. Let's just add that. That's another honorable mention.
Yeah.
Go skip like
10 minutes in, and let's listen to Rhodey's voice.
Oh yeah.
Cause
Middle school talk with Rhodey. Yay.
10 minutes.
Oh,
in.
he's a freshman, dude. They're growing up too fast.
they grow up so fast, even though
Not
it's like
Thomas. Thomas is like, wait, shoot, you were 2006, right? Shoot, yeah,
2006.
No, he's 2005 because he's October 25th.
Yeah, he's 2005. He's 2005. Okay, go ahead.
Is he older than you?
So talk about theater for a second. Do y'all have any plans for a play yet? I doubt it, knowing Miss
yeah.
Kelly, but yeah, right.
Well, we do have a plan. I think I forgot like the name of the one-act play that we're thinking of doing. I think it's like something on the door in a black hole or something.
Antigone.
Guys falling through a black hole or something.
The guys.
Holy
It
cow.
doesn't even sound like him. Like it doesn't. It
Sounds
doesn't.
like,
It doesn't sound like
Brett.
Rhodey. It doesn't sound like Rhodey. It sounds like one of the little children. You know, one of the little kids.
Deacon.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Moving on. The first visual episode. I want you to pull that up too, because I want to show how we improved.
That's episode
11.
They can't see it.
They can't see it, but I want you to hear the audio.
Okay.
Let's see how much we improved.
Let's see if the audio's improved any.
Because I did buy a mic, or I think I got it for my birthday.
Yeah, you got money for your birthday or something, and then you bought it.
No, my parents got it for me, I thought.
No, remember y'all had a big argument about which mic to get, and you wanted that one really
Oh.
bad, but they were like, no, this one sucks, get the other one, and you were like, no, this one's cool.
It did end up sucking.
And
I
then
don't
it did
know
end up
why.
sucking, and you were like,
I probably
yeah.
could have fixed it. What?
Mic was
Oh,
kind of whack.
I thought it was. I think it's pretty good.
Do you remember when you used to keep, you kept your mic like this?
Yeah.
First one?
It's like, hi guys, my name's Lucas.
Okay. Do you have episode 11?
I do.
Okay, let's play the very beginning of that.
All right.
This is us continuing to get better, but not great.
Welcome back to the Howepodcast 101.
Just like
I am
abruptly
Jake
cuts
Roberts,
music.
and of course I'm joined.
Lucas Mitchell.
Joined.
Hello, guys.
Join.
I mean, visual, right? I mean, there's a camera in the
Yeah.
room. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
I think that deserves a round of applause for visual.
Wow, that
What are we
shows we didn't have the wow.
Not the cool cameras.
Okay. Now we have two cameras. Noah can put a camera on himself. Say hi to the
Okay.
camera, Noah.
Yeah. Don't
I
stop.
hide in
Don't,
the camera.
don't stop recording.
Yeah, don't.
Oh, yeah.
That didn't happen earlier.
I did.
Okay.
If you see a cut in the middle of there, that's why.
Okay. Now, our last honorable mention.
Yeah.
Kyrie Beast first appeared on the How Podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Dude,
The
the Kyrie Beast,
Hey,
dude.
actually, Thomas, you want to just
Legendary.
like walk around? Just do it. Hurry.
Just no, come over here. I'm gonna give
Come
you a
over
mic. I'm gonna give you a mic.
don't voice crack as soon as you get up here.
Yeah, we don't need another water.
Whataburger.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Actually, Lucas,
It's
you
like
give me your mic.
disconnecting.
My mic
Here.
keeps disconnecting.
Here.
Take a mic. Take a mic. Tell us like go over here. Go over here so the camera can see you. You know what I mean? Putting him on the spot like this. What can the camera even see him? Okay. What was like the moment you realized I'm on the How Podcast 101?
Is the Super Bowl still up, or did y'all?
No, that was that didn't even exist. But like when did you first start watching us?
When I saw you on YouTube,
Okay.
like I saw it up here because I watched like How Football stuff.
Okay, were you confused?
Yes, and I saw it and I thought it was the funniest thing. I don't know why.
Was it did you think it was good or bad?
I thought it was good.
You thought okay. I remember you coming in and you had come to church and you were like, I saw your podcast, and I was like, oh, cool. And I guess he got invited. He was at the Super Bowl party with me and Lucas, and we were gonna do a live stream there. It didn't work out because of internet issues, but that's kind of how that went. And he was there, and we invited him to kind of help us with everything, and it kind of kicked off from there. And then we said if he wanted to come be our backup engineer in case Noah ever missed a day, which he has, a few, and he stepped in. He's done a great job. So applause for Kyrie Beast. Applause for him. All right, you can give the mic back. I can tell that was a horribly awkward situation. You can go sit down. Okay.
Kyrie Beast, everyone.
Okay. Now we have the actual honorable mentions. Sorry if this segment goes long. This is really a party for us, and all we have left is one more thing.
50th episode.
It really is. So,
Wait.
Donald J. Trump impression.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do it right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, hold on. Gotta put the wig on. Actually, I don't have the wig, but I've got to put like the mental wig on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We will make America great again. We really will. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be the best ever. The best ever.
What about the wall?
The wall.
Sir.
The wall. The wall. The Great Wall.
Great wall.
Not the Great Wall of China, the Great Wall of America, because America will be greater than China. It will be greater than China, and I don't mind if there's a... Thank you, my fellow Americans. Thank you very much. Thank you. I really appreciate this. It's great. It's great. It's fantastic. It's one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Okay.
All right, okay. Let's move on to the clip Donald J. Trump calls.
I don't think we have the clip. We don't have the
Rip.
clip.
It's fine.
But it's okay. We're just... What did y'all feel like when I first did that? When I first did that impression?
I'm like, whoa, this guy is Trump.
Noah. Noah, what were your thoughts?
When you first did the impression?
Yeah. And why are you wearing your headphones like that? And
I don't know.
you better switch the camera. They need to see that.
Good.
You look epic.
I want to see it.
You look epic. He realized he looked like an idiot. Okay.
What do you mean? Okay.
No, they...
When I
Okay.
first thought about your impression.
Yeah.
Um,
Be honest. Be honest.
I thought you had a long way to go, but you got the accent down.
I did. I got the accent down. It's a
yourself.
Trump accent to get. It really is. Yeah. So
All right, next one.
the next one, Noah's face reveal. Lucas is gonna play that clip right now.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for several months. Noah Riley has hid behind the comfort of a computer screen. No longer will this continue to happen. He will show his face for the first time on the internet. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm just kidding. Okay, y'all just saw that clip.
Last one.
Yeah, I'll help you remember it. So we really need to put Noah's face reveal in. That was funny. That was one of the funniest moments.
Yeah.
Reaching 100 subscribers. That was a big deal. Do you remember that? Okay, so Thomas called me. And he called me randomly. I was just sitting in my living room, and he said, "We did it! Let's go!" And I was like, "We did what?" And he tried to explain what we did. And he was freaking out. He's having an absolute seizure.
Yeah.
I eventually find out that we'd gotten 100 subscribers. Okay. And then I lose my mind. Not the same way he did. He was more excited than I was. We collectively lost our mind.
Then you called me.
Then I called you, and I was
And I'm
like, "We did it."
I'm like, okay.
And then I called Noah, and Noah was like, "Great," because that meant that the How News 101 had to be posted. And then we did a reaction video on that, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
If you haven't
Go
seen
watch
that,
that.
if you still haven't seen that video, that is one of my favorite videos that we've done. Coach Simmons joining the show, the legend himself, Coach Steve Simmons joining the How Podcast 101.
That was pretty cool when he told all the stories.
Yeah, that was an absolutely fantastic moment.
Yeah.
And of course, number one, the most memorable moment in the How Podcast 101 history. Numero uno, episode 1. Because it was the first one. Who's ever heard of a small town like How having a podcast based on the town?
I haven't heard of it.
It doesn't exist. That's the thing. We are original. We
That's true. We have the Town of How podcast. I mean, think about this as you go to any other city. Do they have a podcast? Yeah, no.
Yeah, and that's
We're special.
Their
Yeah.
podcast.
when they're arguing about
Special
which
in two
town is
different
better.
ways.
They're gonna be like, "Well, Van Alstyne, you don't have a podcast."
Yeah,
Okay.
What do you think about that, huh?
Thanks for coming on the ride with us, everyone in the studio. It's been a great ride. Obviously, we're not done. We've got a couple more years to go.
Uno mas.
Just kidding. We've got
thing.
like as long as we want. But it's been a great ride. Season 2 starts next week. But before season 2 starts, I think we just have enough time for one more thing. We'll do it right after this.
First Baptist Church of Howell services on Sunday morning is an awesome place to be, with Bible fellowships and a main service for everyone. The main service consists of worship by Art Rayburn and a sermon by Roger Tidwell. The fellowships begin at 9:15 for the adults, youth, and kids to enjoy the teachings of Christ Jesus, our Lord and Savior. The main service also starts at 10:30 after. During these uncertain times, the First Baptist Church of Howell has your back on 100 Davis Street in Howell, Texas.
Welcome back to the Howepodcast 101. I'm your co-host, Jake Roberts, joined alongside
The other co-host, Lucas Mitchell, and we're also joined by our engineer,
Noah.
and we also have Kyrie Beast in the studios.
Thomas Robertson.
Wow.
Well, this was an exciting episode. Dallas Cowboys did lose to the Las
Trash.
Vegas Raiders. The Raiders. They lost 36-33 in overtime. And with that being said, we just got time for one more thing.
I forgot. There is one more thing.
Gentlemen, one more thing, guys. Can I kick it off this week? I'd like to kick it off. I'd really like to kick it off this week. Can I? Okay. All right. We're just going to do it without permission here. The story behind us starting the podcast. Lucas, you can help me with this a little bit. It started on a rainy day, September 18th, 2020, at about like 4 or something. I don't remember exactly, but I was really bored. I texted Lucas and I was like, "Yo, I'm going over to your house." Basically, that's how that text went.
Brett is not because I was saying Brett is just not
Brett.
very good at filming.
Brett sucks at filming things, and that's still accurate, but it's better.
It's way-
And by the way, check out my short film corner.
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. You should check it out anyway, though.
Yeah, it's on our channel. Just, click the profile
Okay.
name and then bam.
Red Dead Redemption, but it's 2021.
Yeah.
And okay, back to the story. So, I went over there, and we were gonna make a movie. I brought all of my equipment, all my fantastic movie equipment, all
Yeah,
my
yeah.
cameras and all my stuff like that. And I don't even know how it like.
Did you have a camera?
I had my GoPros.
Oh yeah.
and my drones, and I had some stuff. I didn't have my new camera. The
cool camera.
that thing, yeah. And it kind of just started happening really fast. I think we were having a conversation, a basic conversation about almost nothing, and I was like, "Hey, what if we started a podcast?" And Lucas was just like, "Sure." And then so that night we went to the FBC House Studios. And we sat down with my. Did we even have my mic? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we had my mic. I think I brought my mic with me for no reason,
Yeah.
just because I felt like it.
I think we were just playing around.
Yeah, we were just messing around with it, and we had your mom drive us to the FBC House Studios, and we were like, let's do this thing. So we sat down, and we pretended to record, and we listened back, and we were like, this mic is actually good enough to get away.
Record our voices.
To get away with doing a podcast. And 2 days later, we had a product. 45 minutes
Yeah.
of us talking into a mic while Noah eats lemonade powder straight out of the
Oh
cup.
my gosh, dude, I can't with him. He's literally.
Hey,
eating.
can you turn the camera on and do that?
No.
He won't do that.
I
But
know. I wish I
but
could catch him doing that, though. I
there's
would
something
save
wrong
that
with him.
forever.
Impossible.
we have to keep calling him out because he won't stop. He's got an addiction.
Yeah.
Strange
Strange addictions, eating lemonade powder. Okay. Yeah. So then we started the podcast, and now we're at episode 50.
Yeah.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Okay, go ahead.
The oldest known living land animal is a tortoise named Jonathan.
Okay, thank you.
What?
That is.
It's perfect.
How old is he?
He's 187. He was
Bro.
born in 1832 and has lived in the Atlantic Ocean since.
Dude, he was
1880.
born before Texas was even a country.
Yeah.
He was born when Texas was still part of Mexico. Dude, that's cool.
Imagine you're just like, well, I wonder if they weren't taking care of him at the time.
Well, he was
They just like found him like when he was like 30, 40 years old.
and he lived like another.
So he's just like swimming in the ocean.
He's lived like two lives. That's not even fair.
Wait, that's like 3.
He's
like,
still alive?
No, it's 4. Like your great grandpa.
Oh my gosh, I want
grandpa.
to see this. Okay, good one more thing, Noah. Good job. Okay, Lucas, go.
All right, so my time in Nebraska. So you might be wondering, what did Lucas do in Nebraska? You're probably not wondering that, but
I'm not.
down in Tuesday morning, we took off, and it was a 10-hour drive down to Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska, and it was a very fun because we were taking our dog. I call her Yopi, but Ophelia.
Oh,
Taking our dog.
Ophelia.
Oh, Ophelia.
Okay, go.
Anyway, so we're kind of expecting this dog to pee and poop all over.
That
the
did happen,
truck.
right?
Hold on. And so this dog does poop and pee all over the house all the time. We brought her with us. She only puked once because she was car sick, and it was on a blanket, and we were able to get it off really easily, like outside. And
How much
clean
did you
it.
throw up?
It just like a little tiny pile, but it wasn't bad.
Well, like
But
a lot?
huh?
Like a lot of throw up.
A lot. It was like
Okay.
a pile. So
That's disgusting.
It is pretty disgusting.
That's pretty.
I was looking straight at the dog when it happened too.
it's like.
Okay, so when I arrived there, my grandma lives under my uncle, my dad's side of the family, by the way, and uncle and my aunt, and they've got a pretty large house. All right, they've got like a pretty large house, like pretty big.
Not to brag or anything.
Because my grandma lives in the same size of our house, but like under a house. Whoa. So it's pretty cool. But we were staying there. I slept on the couch the entire time. We unpacked. We did a lot of stuff. Of course, we shopped at Nebraska Furniture Mart, which I think I lost my beanie at in Subway when we were eating. And
wait,
sad.
So there's
Yeah,
why Nebraska Furniture Mart? Like there's literally a Nebraska Furniture Mart like in Dallas.
It's because it's in Nebraska, and we always go there. Always go there.
Why?
Right. It's just. Oh, also we were trying to surprise my cousin, and she works there in like the design department.
Oh, okay.
For like furniture and stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And we were also just looking at like presents to give to the family, and like because they have like half the store is furniture, and the other half is like appliances, like electronics. They had an entire gaming section, and I played around there like the entire time. I could have lost my beanie then. You never know. Anyway.
Okay, I have a random question. Does anyone ever mention to any of you like a family member like about the podcast? Just like do they randomly mention it? Like,
Yeah,
how's
they
your
do.
podcast going? And you're like, good.
They're like, hey, I watched your podcast.
And you're like, cool.
Thanks.
No, has that ever happened for you? It probably hasn't.
Yes.
It has happened for you?
It's like, that's
Okay.
a cool podcast. It's like, why do we have 30 views on our video?
Well, I know. It's like everyone
So
knows
many.
about it, but no one watches
Yeah.
it. That's what it feels like
fine.
sometimes. So.
Wait, I still haven't even finished my story.
Well,
I'll finish it up in like 2 seconds.
okay.
So we had Thanksgiving dinner, and I saw the Cowboys lose, and I earned $5, and I traveled back home in 10 hours, and I got back last night, so pretty cool.
Pretty cool stuff. All right, hit the music.
Music.
For one last time.
Well, not.
Actually, it's not.
Season 1.
Season 1, there we
Season
go.
1, yeah.
I was going to add that. Let me try that again. For one last time.
Season 1.
The outro.
The outro.
For me, Jake Roberts.
And for me, Lucas Mitchell.
And for me, Noah.
And for Thomas Robertson.
We're signing out.